and nerdy. Fingertips too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Taco Truck of Destiny. I am your co-pilot, the action figure junkie, or if you please, junkie for short. As with me always is my Chewie to my Han, my Starsky to my Hutch, my man Wade.
Don't bullshit it. I am the sex symbol of this group.
You're definitely the Han to me being Chewie. That's fair.
Right?
Okay, excellent. This is the podcast that is everything nerd related. We are the newest member of the infamous podcast universe. We are very excited, very pleased.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Aren't we? I feel very honored, and I'm very happy to be here, as are you, as are our two amazing guests. Now, before we get into that, here's the topic for tonight. Disney. Specifically, the new Beauty and the Beast live-action movie. We are very excited to be talking about that. With us is the head, the main... Okay, with us is my good friend. She is the biggest Disney nerd I know. I'm very pleased to have her on with us tonight. Her name is Brianne.
Hi.
And her shirt is forgetting a land. Just let her know that.
She wore a Disney shirt to the podcast. It is so perfect.
And it's awesome, and you're just jealous.
Super jelly.
Also with us, we're very excited to have the main man, the Obi-Wan Kenobi of this universe, our man, Infamous.
Thank you very much for having me.
Don't be too happy you die in the first episode.
I know, right? Thanks a lot for making me Obi.
But his
I
spirit,
did 3 shitty prequels, and then I died in the first real one that mattered.
But your spirit is felt throughout the entire rest of
I show up as a ghost in the 3rd film.
I was going to go
So
Skywalker, at least. At least a Skywalker.
Yeah,
Okay, you're Yoda. You die at the very end.
I'll
of the
take
last...
Yoda. I'll take Yoda.
All right. So we also have another guest, our man P-Sec. P-Sec, who are you in the Star Wars universe?
Oh,
Boba Fett. He's like,
Oh,
sure, Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett. Boba Fett. You're
For
Boba
sure.
Fett.
He
No,
just
right
he
now
swoops
I
in
am-
to kill shit, and then
Awesome.
I'm going to interrupt that right there. You got a serious Salacious Crumb vibe to you right now. I just want to hear you laugh.
Wow, that was rude.
wait. What?
Okay, that's not the crumb.
You have to be a Star Wars nerd to have got that reference. That was awesome. Anyway, so, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We want to get into our first topic. We really want to talk about the new live-action Beauty and the Beast movie that's going to be coming out when this podcast first drops. I want to know what you guys think, because I know a couple of you, the 3 of you or the 4 of you, may be really excited and interested in this movie coming out. I'm going to be playing the part of a bit of a contrarian, because I ran out of fucks to give about this movie. I'm really not interested in Beauty and the Beast at all. So tell me, help open my eyes. Why should I care about this movie?
Well, what is it about the original that has you so turned off to the new one to begin with?
Well, for reasons unto my own, I've had to watch it a good 20 times over the last couple of years, and I find it to be grating. I find it to be annoying. The opening, the music in the beginning of the movie, that's pretty much the only thing I like.
But what about it is annoying to you?
I find the
You
Beast...
got to be specific.
Okay, I find the Beast to be just... He's such a dick.
Well, he's a stereotype.
That's why he's a beast. That's why it's so hard for him to find love, and you have to be nice to this one master. All the furniture talking to him about how you're never going to find true love if you keep being a fucking asshole like this. A hairy asshole.
So meet my talking furniture, and hopefully I'll fall in love with you.
Yeah, look at this castle I have
That
to
trick's
offer
never
you.
worked for me.
No, my furniture talks and it just tells shit.
Your furniture talks to you?
Don't worry about
But
it.
let me ask you this, Sean. The first time you watched it, did you hate it? Or it's grown on you because you've seen it 1,000 times?
Well, the first time I watched it would have been
92.
25 years ago.
Yep.
And it did not leave an impression on me, because I'm of a generation where it was like I was a bit older. I was already 17 years old, so I was too cool for school because
So what was your Disney movie growing up?
Toy Story.
Oliver and Company.
No, I'm
Come on,
way older
come on.
than that. No, like
Sword in the Stone?
Fox in the Sword in the Stone.
Fox
and
the
Fox
Hound.
and the Hound.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
That was
Kurt
a
Russell.
great
is-
movie.
Yeah, and now I've had to watch that movie quite a few times. That one doesn't get old. I really enjoy that movie
was a
still
good
to this
one.
day.
You know, Fox and the Hound, that actually brings up a good point. I know of so many people who have named their animals based off of that movie alone.
Copper.
Todd and
And
Copper.
Todd.
Yeah, I had a beagle that was named Todd.
Yeah.
I had a
No, it's
beagle named
complete-
Copper.
It is completely, the other way around. But still, it's just one of those that just kind of made me gush. I have a little bit of a heart to me, not much of one, but enough to where animals will always get the better side of me.
So Wade, let me ask you: are you excited for the live action movie, for the live action version of Beauty and the Beast? And if so, why?
I'm I'm looking forward to it. I wouldn't say excited is the exact term for it. Disney has never let me down. Because,
Ever?
I mean... well, no. Actually, no, they haven't, because they didn't have episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Do you consider Pixar Disney, or do you consider Pixar
No,
separate?
No,
that's
no,
like
no,
saying
that's
you
a different
consider
beast.
Marvel Disney.
Thank you. I want to separate those first.
Yeah.
Because, so you feel Disney has
Pure
never let
Disney.
you down?
No,
Pure
because
Disney.
even Pure Disney, it appeals to...
Wait,
So-
are you remembering Chicken Little and Home on the Range when you say that Disney's never let you down?
Yes, I am, because I love the theme to them.
Wow.
I
All
definitely like the point they got across. Granted, some of the characters were something I would, I shit can anyways.
Yeah,
but
Roseanne Barr was in Home on the Range.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I like the message they put across, and they've always had that childish humor that I don't care what age you are, you're going to get a nice little chuckle of. And whenever I go sit down and watch one of those, I don't feel my time is wasted.
Okay. What about you, Infamous? We've talked about this
Yeah, I'm
previously.
taking your wife to see that movie. I'm super excited.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
No, not a shots fired thing. He already knows about it. It's not a scandalous thing.
Mhm.
And his kid. And I'm really excited about it. I was excited about it when it was first announced. I think Emma Watson is a great choice for Belle.
Mm-hmm.
She does not have the strongest singing voice in the world, but just visually and her accent and her just passion. Like right when I saw the trailers, I was ecstatic. They did a shit show job on her doll. Looks awful.
Yeah.
But like,
Forehead.
yeah, it's terrible. But like her as the character is
Use it
great.
to put in a nail.
Yeah, and like Dan Stevens as Beast, and it's what a year for Dan Stevens because he got Legion and Beauty and the Beast pretty much back to back, which is crazy. And then I'm just excited to visually see this come together. I mean, I've liked all the Disney live action movies: 101 Dalmatians, Jungle Book,
Cinderella.
Maleficent, Cinderella. Thank you. I found them all to be very entertaining, but I will admit that I have a giant bias. I mean, I never miss a Disney movie. I own all of them. I'm a Disney Club member. I'm an annual pass holder. I circle jerk to Disney princesses with PSAG. So, yeah, I definitely have a bias. Also,
I've been around that campfire.
Who made you finish? Who caused you to actually finish?
Oh, it's definitely Jasmine for me all the way,
Fuck yeah, dude.
for sure.
Absolutely. When you go to Disneyland and you see all the Disney princesses, Jasmine is the one that I push my daughter the way so I can sit on her lap.
Yeah.
And she's the most scantily clad.
I make my way to the Little Mermaid because she can't run.
Oh, that's
Well,
true.
that depends because they have both versions of her there
That's-
in the dress and in the tail.
I'm
sound-
looking for the flipper. Don't get this twisted.
Exactly.
That sounded really rapey.
Exactly. Well, because all he has to do is grab a tit and then she's stuck. Where's she going to go? Is her little picture taker going to stop Wade from grabbing some titty?
Jeez.
No.
Wait, how do you go down on Ariel, though?
That's actually a really good question. I'd have to study some fish anatomy first, trying to figure out where things are. I'm sure
They're making a live action Little Mermaid.
Bring
I
you-
know, but so I mean, I still
isn't
got to
it Chloe
establish
Grace
it would
Moretz?
be.
I
Does
bet I'm
she
not
have
sure.
eggs? Does she lay them out like normal fish? I mean, I don't know.
And where does she poo? How does a mermaid poo?
No, they got the little strands that come out in the water and they
It's the
just
fish,
flutter
yeah,
off.
the fish strands.
Everybody
Oh,
poops.
fish strand.
Yeah.
I know everybody poos. I read the book.
There's a book, yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah, so I think we all have.
I would like
it was.
the
We can
anatomy
save that
of it.
topic for another day.
Exactly. But it's funny because my favorite Disney princess, non-sexually, is actually technically not a Disney princess, but that would be Merida, followed closely by Tiana, then Ariel, then Belle, then Jasmine, then fuck Cinderella, and fuck Snow White. So probably Rapunzel would be next.
So what is your criteria? If
just
if
like
your
pulling
criteria
hair.
is based on
As
anything
I-
other than sex, I'm
No,
out.
as I became a dad, my criteria came to be: is this a role model for my
a
daughter?
good role model for
Yeah,
your
so I
daughter.
look at like
Mhm.
Merida
Merida's
is.
a badass.
Yeah.
Tiana's the only Disney princess to ever hold down a job, let alone multiple jobs, let alone be a business owner.
Was she Jamaican?
No, she's African American.
What about
Oh.
Princess Ilanwi from The Black Cauldron?
I love the
Jesus.
Black Cauldron because I'm a giant rock hard Tim Burton fan, and that was the last Disney project he worked on.
Folks, he is always rock hard.
But I also love Meg from Hercules.
Yeah.
She's also a badass.
My damsel.
She's not-
Where did she
I'm
go?
in distress.
Well, she's technically
And I
not
can
a
handle
Disney
it.
princess. Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Because they both stay on Earth. He doesn't become a god, so he could stay with her.
Exactly. And I really liked Enchanted with Princess Giselle.
Mhm.
But then Disney elected not to make her a princess because they'd have to pay Amy Adams the rights to her character forever.
I'm
Disney
truly
ain't
saying-
about
Is that
wasting.
how that works? Because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Disney already owns that.
No, they actually produced dolls of Giselle, and then at the Nuremberg Toy Fair, which is one of the largest toy fairs in the world, it was brought to the attention of Disney how are you going to handle the image rights? And they were like, what fucking image rights? And then that's where they backed out of it. So the dolls are like $2,000 on eBay.
Oh wait, I feel like I should know that there's a giant toy fair in Nuremberg because I'm called Action Figure Junkie for a reason.
Oh, bro.
Because it's like plastic crack to me.
Yeah.
But that just seems like such an unfortunate city because you say Nuremberg, I can only think of one fucking thing.
Yeah, the Nuremberg trials.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I have to go there.
No, I was thinking of the Bavarian pretzels. Of course, the trials.
I have to go there for work annually.
Wow.
Not only is Nuremberg just one of the most spectacular cities I've ever visited, but the Nuremberg Toy Fair is crazy. I mean, it is like 11 Costco's big, and all it is
of toys.
All the dioramas.
Like you
Oh
literally
my
have
God.
to stand in line at Mattel like all day to go into the Mattel booth, and then you see all the toys they're going to produce for the next year, including upcoming movies and everything.
Is
It's
it one
really
of those
cool.
where they allow you to purchase as well?
They do not allow you to purchase.
God damn it.
It's show only.
This is all just an exhibition then.
It is, yeah. But I remember like
Bastards.
one of the coolest nerd moments of my life is I was in the Mattel booth, and they had all these Hot Wheels because I'm a huge Hot Wheel fan, and it was the first time I'd ever actually been in snowfall. So past the Hot Wheels that I'm looking at on the window, it's pouring snow everywhere, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was geeking out.
Jizz in my pants right
yeah,
now.
jizzing all over my pants.
In fact, he saved those pants and he's wearing them right now.
I
A
am.
little crusty.
They're my lucky pants.
Do they get up and walk away on their own?
What happens is the right leg doesn't bend anymore, so I have to straight leg it like a pirate.
It'll break.
Yeah.
So, Brienne, tell me how excited you are to see the live-action version of Beauty and the Beast.
I think that Belle was always my favorite princess growing up because I was such a bookworm.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I must let the listeners know. I've known you for a good few years, and you are Belle.
I'm living Belle.
You're obviously you're a beautiful woman. They can't see that, but just take my word for it.
We
nerds.
can. We're the lucky ones.
Yeah, take my word for it, nerd. She's just trust.
She's a nerd 12.
Yeah, she's
for
the
sure.
biggest bookworm I've ever known. Like she's read every Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings at least
Several
5
times.
times each.
Way more
So
than that.
yeah, so you are like the living embodiment of Belle, and you probably walk through your provincial town complaining about how it's too provincial for you. So I can understand why you would love the cartoon. I just want to let the listeners know that you are the living embodiment of Belle. Do you have a blue dress?
Yes, I had all the Disney princess costumes when I was little. And growing up, I was the girl who would read her book at recess instead of going to play. And I'd be a cranky bitch in the morning because I had a flashlight and book stashed under my bed at all times. And my mom finally found it and took it away. But one of the things I really appreciate about Belle was that she taught you, that it's not about going with what everyone else thinks is okay. It's about, educating yourself and going against the grain. And aside from that, also looking past the flaws in others. Like whenever she is reading to Beast when he first gives her the library and he admits to her that he can't read, she doesn't ridicule him for it the way that the people in her town ridicule her.
Which she could have easily, because she's
Exactly.
really smart. She could have been like, oh God, another moron.
An idiot.
Yeah.
But she tells him, let's read it together.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I liked about her. She didn't start off as a princess, but she still had that kind personality and became when I thought she was the most deserving to be a princess.
I should have talked to you before I started hating on this movie, because I think you may turn me around. I'm going to watch it with whole new eyes. That's pretty interesting. So you think Belle is a great character. My problem with the movie isn't her at all. I do dig on her. She's a really cool Disney female character. The Beast yelling there's a certain section of the movie where every word out of his mouth
It's just an unnecessary yell. Just yelling for the sake of yelling. Everything I say, I yell.
sorry if that was too loud, but it starts to piss me off. I'm just like, chill the fuck out for a minute, dude.
And I think that really plays into how little love he's seen in his life, having been, orphaned as a child because this witch came and just changed his entire life, and he didn't have parents growing up. The closest thing that he had to a mother was Mrs. Potts, who, kind of is the head maid of all the castle, and it's just all this angst that he feels inside, and it's what prevents him from finding love. And that's when Belle comes, and she's able to break down that hard exterior and see the soft, fluffy inside of the Beast.
So there's something I asked you about earlier before we started, and I want to know if maybe you or if any of the listeners out there can maybe help me out with this, if you guys, if Infamous or Wade understand. Now, I've watched the movie, like I said, several times. Now, there's a bit of a discrepancy. In the beginning part of the movie, They explain the reason why he has the curse is because he was a total a-hole to a person who visited his...
Shocking.
Yeah, he was an a-hole to a person who visited his castle who was looking for sanctuary, refuge, or something. He was a dick, and he got this spell cast on him. So, it lasts for 10 years. But later on in the movie, they say, if you haven't found love by your 21st birthday. So, in the movie, it doesn't show an 11-year-old as an a-hole to the witch or whatever she was. So I'm trying to figure out: am I missing something, or did time? Did he get the spell cast on him at 21 and the time stood still?
No, it's the Speed Force. It definitely fucks everything up.
What?
It's a lot
People
like
got
the
that.
Marvel
People got
Universe timeline.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Or
The Marvel
anything
Universe
X-Men.
timeline is
Don't
more
add
like a
up.
tree. Yeah.
In my opinion,
I mean, am I getting hung up
wait,
on
hold on,
minutia?
before I move on to this, is there a comment you wanted to make on the previous?
Actually, I actually wanted to go into some questions. About you said you've been a fan like ever since you've been like knee high to a grasshopper, right?
I was born in 1990, so.
Yeah, so you were born into this rage of Disney.
Yeah.
You're feeling its wrath. Has that actually changed how you view the world?
Absolutely.
And in regards to just your everyday interactions with people, in relationships with, I don't know if you have a boyfriend, husband, significant other, whatever. Do you
Girlfriend.
actually look
Could be
at
girlfriend. Don't be
girlfriend?
sexist.
I mean, I don't. Maybe a toaster.
That was another great Disney movie.
Exactly.
Brave Little
Anyway,
Toaster.
I'm glad I wasn't shooting that out to blind ear, or deaf ears. I'm sorry.
I liked it.
But like, how does that affect how you go about your daily, routine?
Every day, I work from home, and every day that I sit down to work on my Spotify, I have a complete Disney playlist, and it's not just all these iconic songs, but it's also like movie scores, and it's like I am all the sentimental values that I have, and just all of the memories that come along with those songs. I love Alan Menken. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Is it
Silvestri?
Giacchino?
No, the Italian guy who did Up.
Michael?
Yeah, I know.
Giaccino, I think.
The listeners were going to get emails,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
We know. They know. We
He
know
did
exactly.
Up, he did Ratatouille, he did Inside Out, just all of that music. It's like I'm perpetually
Very talented.
so nostalgic and just thinking about all the happiest childhood memories. And I think that's what so much of what Disney represents, not just to me, but to so many adults that love Disney, is that feeling of all of your happiest childhood memories, and it just takes you back to that happy place.
Can I ask you a question? What's your favorite Ron Musker? Sorry, who did you say earlier?
Michael Giacchino?
No, before that.
Alan Menken?
Yeah, they collaborate a lot on movies. So, what's your
mhm.
favorite of their films they've done?
I'd have to say Little Mermaid, because I just love how the whole thing opens with a mysterious Fathoms Below song that comes down through the sea, and yeah, it never gets old.
when you start working, so you said you work from home. When you start work and you turn on your Spotify playlist, do you open up your door and sing with animated birds?
Oh, yes.
I was just picturing that, like
And
the,
don't you?
You're looking at the small people
Yeah.
down on the streets as the birds are landing on there.
Yeah.
And they're just the coloration's
Yeah.
completely off, but they look so alive that you can't.
A lot
help
of
it.
blue, yeah. A lot of blue in
Definitely
there.
a lot of blue.
Uh-huh.
Squirrels and rodents are definitely doing her housework for her as she sings.
That's
Seriously.
the only thing that prevents me from thinking I am a Disney princess, is that I cannot talk to
Well, you
animals.
actually you going into this,
But it was funny the way Enchanted handled that.
going
Yeah.
into the scores on things. I can actually the best way I can say this is I can listen to Hakuna Matata
Mhm.
all day long and never get sick and tired of that.
That's how I
But-
am with the Moana soundtrack. right
Exactly,
now.
it's
I listen
a
to
lot of
both.
Disney music.
You don't have
will
a
catch-
choice, though, dude.
Mhm.
No, I listen to it voluntarily when my kid is not in the car.
The Who, what is it? The Who We Are song. I haven't even seen Moana yet, and I
What?
I know.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
haven't
yeah,
gotten a
doors
chance.
right there.
Seriously, it is on my
Anything-
TV. I will play it.
I'm gonna buy it.
Anything with the rock in it will save it. It will. you that.
It was
I'm
great.
sorry,
but that's also from the guys that did Princess and the Frog and Little Mermaid.
Mhm.
So if you
I'm
like
looking,
the,
yeah.
it's about a cool
Disney
and-
music is very catchy. It's very positive, and it
because
just
they
makes
have a
you feel
business
all-
of selling soundtracks.
Mhm.
It's important.
It's not just that they have a business of selling feelings.
Mhm.
That's
And that's
true.
that's what I was saying. It ties back into the emotional attachment of all of your happy childhood memories. And even as I'm on my way to Disneyland, I'm listening to the music, like is it the Sherman Brothers, like the ones who did all of the Mary Poppins and all of those original
Right.
songs. Like,
Oh, a spoonful. Come on.
How do you feel about the new Mary Poppins?
I'm shaking
I mean,
my
no
head.
one
Bad
can
pod, but I'm
replace-
shaking my head.
no one can replace. But I mean, I think that if there's anyone to do it, she's the right person.
I couldn't agree with you more.
am I just
but-
been out of the loop on this? What's going on?
Yeah, there's
Emily
the
Blunt
return of Mary
It's
Poppins.
the new Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I hate that girl.
What?
Not-
You hate? Oh,
not
totally
Reese.
disagree.
Who is
No,
it?
I'm not a big fan
Emily
of Emily
Blunt.
Blunt.
oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
This podcast is off to a terrible start.
What
You
happened?
don't.
I'm no longer the
What about
Han to your
Edge?
Chewie.
What about Edge of Tomorrow?
Is it tomorrow?
Come
Or
on,
what-
that movie was fucking awesome.
What about
Okay,
every
I'm sorry,
fucking
Tom
movie
Cruise
she's
sold
in?
it for me there.
Well, Tom Cruise sells everything. He's the greatest actor
No,
alive.
the
I liked her in
bad
Devil
bitch
Wears
sold me
Prada
in that
personally.
What about Girl on a Train?
Okay, you made a good point. That movie was on point, and I loved it.
The Adjustment Bureau.
But this is not what
The
we're
book
talking
was better.
Well,
Adjustment Bureau was another great movie.
She's adorable.
And I hate Matt Damon.
Matt.
I hate him with the heat of 1,000 suns. There's only one Boston son, and that's Ben Affleck.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Okay, and all the
The best movie Matt Damon's ever been in. was Team
we're just
America.
taking a
Okay.
brief segue into this.
Yeah.
We Bought a Zoo was amazing. That was my argument.
Yeah,
on
but
Matt
that was
Damon.
amazing
Whatever.
because of Cameron Crowe, because everything Cameron Crowe touches is amazing. Vanilla Sky is my second favorite movie of all time. Jerry Maguire was amazing.
What's the first favorite?
Shawshank Redemption.
Hey guys, what does this have to do with nerd shit?
That's
God
all
damn it.
nerd shit.
I'd want to own a zoo at some point. I mean, shit.
And how fucking cute was Elle Fanning when We Bought a Zoo?
Because you're into bestiality.
No, I'm not. She was so
But yeah, on the subject of the
adorable.
beast, it's falling in love with a buffalo.
He does look like a goddamn buffalo.
Seriously, a
Part
buffalo.
of, part
With
of the
ram
thing, though,
horns.
too, like, I don't mean to sound like a cynicist a word. Is that the right way to say it?
Sure,
a cynic,
whatever.
A cynic.
You're
Mhm.
sinister.
This is our show. You can make up whatever damn words you want to make up.
Then fine. I don't mean to sound like a go-go phylactic when I say this. How's that for a word?
Yeah, dude.
Made it up right now.
Do
In
it.
my head, it
Do
means somebody that walks with their right foot before their left. So there you go.
Write it down, folks.
So I don't mean to be a cynic when I say this because, admittedly, I'm a huge Disney fan. But
You can't be a Disney fan and a cynic.
I can because
Yeah,
when,
you can.
if you're looking at a lot of the
Carl.
Disney movies practically, there are very bad messages in them. As an example, The Little Mermaid is about an underage girl that rebels against her father, finds love, goes and moves somewhere else, and changes her entire physical appearance in order to gain the
She
attention of
doesn't
a
even
guy.
find love. She just infatuated with him. She didn't even have a conversation
Exactly.
with him. I'm in love with him, Daddy. I'm 16 now.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
And then she has to change her appearance to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
Second example, Beast. The moral of that story is unless you are visually
Stockholm
attractive.
syndrome.
Yeah, it's totally Stockholm syndrome. And then he has to turn into a handsome prince before she kisses him for the first
So
time.
is that what's
Uh-huh.
good? That's my problem. So someone's got to kiss me for the first time for me to at least look somewhat decent.
Or it
Oh,
could
boy.
be that you have to know you really like some good message for your daughter. Don't make any physical attachment like that, like kissing, until you really know that you like them.
No
But
woman.
why does it
Little
matter what they
sluts
look like
nowadays.
for you to know that?
Okay, true.
Whores, all of you.
Yeah. No woman ever changed her appearance to impress me.
I do for you, Boo Bear.
I did.
I'm going to call you a liar on that one.
This just got.
But I think that's the reason why I like the Moanas and the
You like a good
Merida.
message because you have a
Yeah.
daughter. Yeah.
Exactly. And like when you look at Merida,
Yeah.
she's a total badass. She made a stupid family decision. Then she learned from that decision, and her entire family grew, and she became a better princess about it. Moana, again, she rebelled against her father.
Mhm.
It's basically the Little Mermaids told above the ocean.
hmm
But she went out, took a risk, conquered her own fears, did all these cool things. And so like that.
Found herself.
Exactly.
You know, I'm going to interrupt you right
and
there.
there's not a lot of good guy role models in Disney movies ever.
And
So
how
good.
many times
Kristoff.
you can take a lot of messages from Disney movies, and one thing you just covered right there is you took a risk. If you were just to settle for the accepted norm, the society as we have it today wouldn't be where it is. And I know we have our problems with it worldwide, but let's be honest, no improvements ever came from just accepting what is right in front of you.
Right.
You got to go out and challenge those norms to
I mean-
make things right, to improve them, to make society
Yeah.
better.
And no matter what Disney does, I mean, and for the sake of this podcast, we're sticking strictly to the Disney brand, not
Mhm.
to the multitude of brands that they own. But for Disney exclusively, everything they touch is fucking gold. They are the most profitable company ever to come out of America. They are literally the example of a marketing machine. Even Apple and Google combined cannot generate the kind of marketing revenue that Disney generates. They pretty much single-handedly defined the toy industry. And outside of really Barbie, there's nothing that can touch Disney Princess's storyline. And then
Mhm.
they have the Disney fairies. And then one thing they've never succeeded at is making male action figures. But
come on, they're all suckers, anyways.
They're all bitches for
Mhm.
sure.
But
Bunch of bitches.
Pretty boys.
Well,
I was just gonna say this, and there was a
Peter
point where
Pan is
Disney
half
almost
retarded and a pedophile. Just saying, and that's my favorite Disney movie.
Stranger Danger.
Just throwing that out there.
There was a point where Disney almost collapsed. What was that? In the
There were multiple
60s?
points. Yeah, they had a huge trouble in the war. Adults aren't paying to see kids' films, and then they suffered dramatically in the 70s. They had a huge resurgence from the 80s and 90s, and they fell off again with really pretty much starting like Dinosaur, and then
I loved that movie.
they came
was
back
really
kind of like with Bolt, and from like Bolt on, they've done really well.
And you know what? But I don't think people give enough love to Bolt.
Oh, I love Bolt. I thought
Seriously,
it was great.
that's why I bought that one on Blu-ray.
Super entertaining.
Well, I
But
think
after
that-
Bolt, you had Bolt, Tangled, Princess. No, you had Bolt, Princess of the Frog, Tangled,
Frozen.
Big Hero 6, and then Moana. So they're like on a roll right now.
What about? I feel like this one's so underappreciated. The Emperor's New Groove. I love
Oh, I
the
love The Emperor's New
sarcasm
Groove.
in there.
Yeah, that
You
was
just
great.
became my new favorite person.
No, honestly-
What are you doing later? Let's go get tacos.
Yeah. That's my favorite Disney movie.
Pours the drink and it like goes
Yeah.
on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I was dying.
That is my
And then when he
favorite.
does his theme music as he's carrying the bag on, he's like,
Bad llama, bad. And then Coos goes, I am so glad I was unconscious for all of this.
And the crazy thing is, like, if you research that movie, it was meant to be a very, very serious. It was called Emperor and the Sun originally, and it was meant to be a super serious movie about emperors during the Aztec Empire and stuff. And then I don't know how it got switched to being arguably Disney's most nonsensical film.
I
David
love it.
Spade.
Yeah.
His sense
And
of humor.
I think there's a lot of people out there that could honestly, appreciate.
There's a
A
little
sequel.
Cusco in all of us.
There were
Yeah.
two sequels.
There's a little Cusco in everyone. You want another one?
Yeah, there were actually two sequels and a TV show.
Yep, Kronk's New
Kronk's
School.
New Groove.
That's
Yeah.
a spin-off.
So I want to get back
all
to
the main characters are in it.
I want to get
But
back to
if
something
it's
that
a spin-off.
infamous. I want to get back to something you had mentioned with.
Yes, sir, Mr.
It's gonna take us to
Mr.
our-
Junkie Stir. How can I help you?
I want. It's going to take us to our next topic.
Wait, before we move on past Disney, I just want to ask this.
We're not moving on past Disney.
Sorry, that's your boo. Just out of pure curiosity,
He wasn't talking to me, just so you know.
I just was curious. What's everyone's favorite Disney cartoon?
The Sword and Stone, for sure.
Okay.
Emperor's New Groove for
Okay.
sure. It's hilarious.
DuckTales. And
The Lost Treasure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Treasure of the Lost Land.
And that was a great video game too.
DuckTales, I think, was honestly one of the best.
You're humming into the microphone.
It was one of those-
I'm singing the DuckTales theme song.
Let her.
She's allowed
She's,
to do
let
that.
her. She's
All right.
pretty. Let her do whatever the hell she
Yeah.
wants.
They're remaking it.
They're
They're re-releasing that series. Not
I-
wild about it.
I'm not wild about Doctor Who doing anything with Scrooge McDuck. Okay, so let's get this.
What
done.
about Darkwing Duck?
Oh, great.
Oh.
Darkwing Duck, Gargoyles, Tails.
Oh, Gargoyles.
Oh,
Well,
my God.
the funny thing about Gargoyles,
They're
is
doing
that
a live action of that too, by the way.
Oh, and
They
you guys
are.
remember Marsupilami?
That
You guys
is-
remember that show on the Disney
Okay,
Channel?
wait. Stop making up stuff. We're
No,
just,
that's a real thing. It was like this monkey with cheetah spots and a super long tail.
Back
And Bonkers. Disney did Bonkers.
back up.
Wait, I didn't get to say
Pump
my
the
favorite
brakes.
Disney movie.
What is your
Um,
favorite Disney movie?
Lilo and Stitch. All day long, every day of the week.
All right. So
I will say
you had mentioned something that
Yes.
I wanted to touch on again.
Like, you
because
can touch on me whenever you want.
Don't make offers that you won't follow up
Yeah,
on.
I got some you could touch.
Yeah. Let's
mean,
just now
This
that
is being recorded.
Brienne's out of the room, let's just get down. All right, what's your question?
Okay, so you had mentioned that you kind of look at the Disney movies with a new light because you want movies to have a good role model for your daughter.
Specifically, the Disney princess movies.
Right. So for our next topic, what I'd like to discuss is Disney's ever-reaching and growing empire, and what I mean by that is
Marvel,
Marvel.
LucasArts, ESPN.
Marvel. No, this is a nerd show. We're not going to talk about sports.
Fine, ABC then.
Well,
Where Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that's a whole other topic.
Same with
It's
Agent
going down.
Carter, which was better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It was. But Marvel, Pixar, Disneyland,
LucasArts.
Lucas, and the big one, Star Wars. So, Star Wars brings me dovetail nicely to your topic because I personally feel that the last two Star Wars films that we've had, I know you said you didn't care for one of them, I forget which one,
But
but
I haven't seen Rogue One.
well, both of them, what I love about them, they have great, strong female leads.
They do.
Like,
Ray was incredible.
have you
and
guys
and
know?
it's funny that you mentioned
Yes.
that because my daughter,
Yeah.
let's call her Minnie, infamous for the sake of the show, and that's a long movie. The Force Awakens is a
Yeah,
long movie.
yeah.
She sat through the entire thing, went out and bought the Rey action figure.
Oh, I love to
was
hear
playing
that.
with like Rey stuff.
God, I love to hear that.
BB-8, this, that, and the
Oh.
other. And we literally watched all 7 episodes of Star Wars together because of Rey. That was what attracted
Oh,
my daughter to it.
This warms the cockles of my heart so very
The
much.
cockles.
Yes.
Yeah,
Again,
that's
we're
a-
making up
It's a
words.
bad sexual thing. It's called a cuckold. And it's when you choke a chick with your wiener.
I
My
That's
thought
actually-
a cuckold was someone who got
No.
cheated on. A man who
No,
was cheated on.
a cuckold is. We're going to segue into this. A cuckold is someone who gets off on watching their significant other with someone else.
Oh, we were all wrong.
yeah.
Learn something
Not all
new
of us.
every day.
Clearly, Brienne and I have never had someone fuck our partners.
Well, I mean, that can be easily remedied. I mean,
Wow.
Anyway,
this is getting
Not for
uncomfortable.
lack of trying.
so my mini action figure junkie is a year younger than your mini Infamous.
Yes.
So I'm really excited for the time when we can watch Star Wars together. I mean, I'm
Oh, yeah.
really looking forward to it. But I think we've
I'm
got
looking
about a
forward
year.
to taking her to Beauty and the Beast with Little Infamous and Mrs. Infamous.
Well,
I think it'll be really fun.
you see, the funny thing is you guys think you're leaving me out of. I don't get to go to a movie.
No, we're doing you a favor.
Oh, you are,
Yeah.
because I'm going to sit at home
For the first
alone
time?
in a quiet house and watch porn until
yeah, I was
my
going to say,
eyes fall
you're
out of
definitely
my
going to
head.
masturbate. For sure.
To Jasmine, to Princess Jasmine.
Yeah.
Oh my-
And they actually
Yeah,
make
there's
that.
already
They
don't
really
even
exist.
don't
Yeah.
even yeah you know
I
You
have
think you're
Googled
being
it.
we've
funny.
been deployed.
I've
We
Googled it.
understand
Yep,
this.
I get it.
If,
We understand.
if a dude like me literally wants to get his rocks off to a specific cosplay character, you could do a hell of a lot worse than Jasmine, because I dig on the brunettes with the dark skin. Boom, it's Jasmine all day.
But when you as Wade mentioned, like when you get deployed and you have no access to internet or pornographic magazines, you use your imagination, and unfortunately, for me specifically, when you have ADD, your imagination goes to some fucked up places. But I'm still masturbating.
Sure, nothing
then I'm
stopping
like-
The
that.
end
That-
goal is still the same.
Yeah. Then I'm like, wait, what am I doing?
I'm masturbating.
Yeah,
Why is
masturbating.
Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone in my mind right now?
Wow.
Maybe it was his mom.
I didn't
She
know it was
was
gonna go
actually
there.
semi-attractive
Oh, that
at
was
that
when,
point.
yep, that's when
She was.
Captain
She was.
O'Hara was hot.
She was actually
And
pretty
then
good
she
back
went on
then.
to voice Sally, and that was
Yep.
my.
Tell me
all-time.
that scene at the end of Aladdin where she starts trying to fool Jafar and she starts coming onto him and
In
she's
the
wearing
red
that red
outfit with the
outfit.
gold.
Which is way
Shit, that would
sexier
fool
than
me.
the turquoise one,
Yes.
but you never see those action
No,
figures.
I want to see the cosplay girls of Jasmine in the red outfit.
Have you been to a convention?
Yes, I didn't. I somehow missed.
I tried to
missed the
get you guys on
Jasmines.
the what was it called, Sean? I told you about it. The LA.
L.A. Comic and Science Fiction
Yeah,
Expo.
I
Yes,
applied
know.
for a press pass for you guys, and then they told me to fuck rocks.
Well, they can go fuck themselves.
Because when they Googled
You know
the
what?
Taco Truck of
Guess
Destiny,
what?
there was nothing there.
Guess what? When that shit comes around next year, guess who they're going to be asking to go?
begging you to go.
They're going to want to set me up with my own personal Jasmine.
It's crazy how
And a Princess Leia on the other side.
right.
I'll take Leia. I'm
But
sorry.
young
Carrie
Leia,
Fisher.
just to be clear.
When she's chained to
Yeah,
Jabba the Hutt.
Return of the Jedi. Leia.
Yeah,
Well,
Not
which
that-
you'll never see a
Junkie's
slave
like, no,
Leia
no,
ever
Force
again.
Awakens.
Yeah.
Leia
I'm
for
gonna
me.
interrupt on this one. We're going into the Carrie Fisher. I know it's still probably fresh in some people's minds,
Yeah,
but
tread
for
lightly.
those who don't know, that iconic Princess Leia in the slave outfit in Jabba's palace, Disney has stepped away from that image.
Yeah, they're distancing themselves.
They are
from
very
that.
distancing from that simply because it's an oppressive sign towards women. And there's going to be some people who kind of agree with this and
I
disagree
don't.
with this.
I don't. You
But,
know why?
But this is the thing. This is the thing. It's
What?
Disney. Disney is
Yeah.
very family friendly.
Mhm.
Okay.
You have to remember their demographic is 12 and under.
Right, so
Yes.
they're not looking into the fact that not only did she rise the fuck up, throw that chain around that bitch's
No,
neck
they're-
and
Choking.
strangle the shit out of him.
They're looking for the fact that now
this fucking tongue
that
flapping in the
costume
air.
itself is now it's your wet dream. It's my wet dream. It is Infamous's wet dream.
Oh,
And you
it's
cannot
definitely
deny
Brian's
it.
wet dream too. Don't leave her out. You're a sexist pig, you know that.
Well, I mean, I just I'm sorry if it is your
Maybe I
wet
was
dream.
thinking about Jabba. Just kidding.
I mean, if you like thicker dudes, I mean that's your thing.
Brian, what's
but
the weirdest thing you've ever masturbated to?
Oh, this is good.
Oh,
this is getting intimate. Let's go.
I really have to think on this for a while.
No, you don't. I got.
Junkie, what's
The
the,
me-
weirdest thing you've ever masturbated to?
Brienne masturbating to me.
All right, that's super weird.
Did you
We
Dutch
worked. We worked together. We were like 2
Hey,
desks
Tanner,
away.
did
Did you Dutch rudder each other?
Wait, what's the
Oh.
weirdest thing you've ever masturbated to?
That was probably an X-Men porn.
No, the X-Men cartoon
No, and I'm
would be weird.
No, not the cartoon. It was like
The one where
it?
Morph
Storm?
died?
No, it was like
Oh, Morph. You had
no,
it
it was the Brazzers Recreation. That would have to been like I think it was Brazzers that did it. Anyway, whatever. Some girl was like.
It's so funny too when you watch those porns.
And you're like, this
They
is
take,
terrible.
They
but
take
you're
like
just-
clips from the movie, and there's just a flash of like a flash presentation of a dick,
Yeah.
and then it goes back to part of the movie, and then dick, and you're just like, the continuity here is shit. I'm distracted. I can't pay attention.
I thought of it. My Backstreet Boys calendar that I had.
no.
Okay, that's not that weird. I'm
Wait,
pretty
wait.
sure every other girl your age is masturbated to
which
that or
Backstreet
NSYNC.
Boy.
I was all about Nick.
Of
Of
Carter.
course, the
So-
bad boy.
Of course.
This is from a straight man
By the
point
way,
of view.
Nick's not.
I would have done it off
No,
of the fat
he's not a bad
Fatoni.
boy.
I was about to say the fat one.
Tony.
I was going to say
I think that's
Fatoni.
That's in sync. How do I know that?
Get
I
it
mean,
right.
I think
Wow,
so.
Joey
Sorry.
Fatoni is insane.
Is it?
Yeah, he's right.
I am terrible.
I
I'm
mean,
about to get
maybe,
crucified
probably.
for
I
this.
wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference
I'm just
between
saying.
those
I
fucking
thought they were
geeks.
all one
'Cause you
giant
were a-
group,
you were
just
an
different,
adult when that
different
came
branches.
out. No.
I thought it was
No, I
like the Marine
Backstreet
Corps and
Boys
the
were
Navy.
very distinct people.
NSYNC was 1,327% better than Backstreet Boys.
They had.
Although
they
Backstreet
peaked
Boys-
later.
Backstreet Boys is the #1 selling boy band of all time,
I love you.
but
They all fucking suck.
NSYNC bullshit. New
Fucking
Kids on the
suck.
Block is my jam.
Get-
Don't say they all
Oh,
suck.
You're never-
Yeah, the white stuff.
Did
Yes.
you say the white
Oh,
stuff?
Yeah, because I
Oh.
do it
Oh.
the
You were
Weird Al
masturbating
Yankovic.
to it.
No.
You were masturbating
No,
to
no,
it.
no, no. Weird Al did a cover of that song called
Dumb song.
Oreo. What's in the middle? The white stuff. You never heard that?
No, I've never.
Oh.
I'd like
I'm
to.
sorry. I know Weird Al's one of those that appeals
Yes?
to our
To your demographic?
culture,
Right.
but I think the guy's fucking loony as shit.
Oh my god.
Guy's a bag full of cats, and I
What
don't
about
wanna deal
Amish
with it.
Paradise?
He might be.
Or Catch Me Riding Nerdy. You gotta catch me riding nerdy.
Infamous.
You guys should have that as a theme song for the show.
That is
you-
not a bad idea.
You have no power here.
I don't. I'm just throwing
Infamous.
suggestions out.
I did actually think of what the weirdest. You know what? It's not even weird. I would call it the most pathetic. But you have to remember how old.
Is
I
it
am.
worse than the Backstreet Boys?
as
That's
straight
it might,
as?
no,
bad.
it might be. You ready? Consider this. I am old enough to have come from an age when porn was not readily available.
You are old enough to come from an age when TV was not in color. I say that a lot.
Your porn was
A
stick
Macy's
figures.
cat. Do
Yeah.
you
Cave
jerk off to a
drawings.
Macy's catalog?
What? No.
It was Gotchocks.
Okay.
Junkies, like the first movie I ever saw in theaters was Snow White.
the approximately 40-year-old nerds out there will get this reference, and maybe the younger ones will too. Image Comics Annual Swimsuit Edition.
Oh yeah.
Whoa,
I
that's
totally
actually a
remember that.
good point.
That was when
It's not the
Wildstorm-
weirdest thing I ever jerked off to, but I have jerked off to
That
it.
was when
God,
Wildstorm and Gen 13 were both in Image Comics.
No, you're not. You got to look at it. This was, it was all of Image.
I know you had Witchblade, Gen 13.
I didn't read
Angelica.
I didn't read Image Comics, so I didn't know who any of these
What?
chicks were. They were
You
just
didn't read
so
it? They were the-
hot.
Image Comics is the best comic book label that has ever existed.
I was all Marvel all day at that time. And I'm talking about like 16, 17
Spawn,
years old.
Darkness, Witchblade, and then you get into like even the weirder ones. I have signed copies of Ash in this drawer right here by Joe Quesada, who's now the CEO of Marvel. He did Event Comics.
No, I'm all
He's
you're
not a Marvel Entertainment.
No, you sound like Charlie Brown's teacher to me
Marvel
right now.
Comics.
All I'm thinking about is the pictures of the chicks they drew in those bikinis were just. I mean, that was the best,
Dude,
that was
and
the
they
closest thing I
gave
had
him
to porn.
camel toes.
They were.
They had the camel toes.
That was the first like that.
Seeing
every one
Gen
of them was a
13 and
thong.
that it was
It
it
was-
was just like a cut up version of her green
So
suit.
here-
anyways,
here's the real
There's
question,
a camel
yeah.
bump, Knuckles.
Is it worse
Uh-huh.
that you masturbated to a comic book or that she masturbated to Tiger Beat?
Jesus,
And you
I
know
don't
that on the cover of that issue was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
So her for sure,
For sure.
for sure her, for sure her.
I think so.
You should be ashamed.
Back into
I
family
love
family
Jonathan Taylor
entertainment.
Thomas.
You
Where
like
is
what?
he nowadays?
Who?
Dead.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
He's dead.
He's directing. He actually is directing episodes of Tim Allen's show.
Oh no, I thought he was really dead.
No, he's not
No.
dead. He's
Oh,
also
I'm
still.
thinking
He's like
of the
in
guy from
Calabasas or something.
yeah, he's
right?
also still stupid good looking and looks like he's 12.
I'm thinking of the guy from Ladybugs.
Ladybugs. Oh, the
The fact that you know what Ladybugs is really
Rodney
weird.
Dangerfield.
No, the guy from It and
Yeah, he
Ladybugs.
did.
Yeah, he's dead for sure, bro.
No, the guy from It and Ladybugs. What's his name?
It. Wait, what? What's
Ner-
it?
Nerds, help me. It. The
Stephen
this-
King's book about a killer clown. The
Oh,
Legend
yeah,
of
I don't like
Jonathan
scary
Brandis. Jonathan
Disney
Brandis.
only, really.
Jonathan Brandis.
He killed himself.
from Neverending Story Part 2.
Oh,
I
like
guess so.
that.
Yes, thank you. You
Yeah.
put a name to the face.
And he was also in Sidekicks with Chuck Norris.
You're
That's
talking
right,
about
That's right. He's dead.
Bastion
He is dead.
Balthazar Bucks.
Fuck yeah, you are. But the second one,
Right.
not the original Balthazar.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know which one we're talking
Yeah,
about.
all right. But yes,
My
he's
first
dead. He
rodeo.
killed
So-
himself.
Disney's ever-reaching grasp over
Everything.
everything.
The world.
You know what? I can tell you honestly. I'm gonna see. I've heard for so many years that everyone was so in love with Layla in her slave outfit, and I get.
Did
Did you
I
just say
wanna-
Layla?
Leia.
I'm sorry.
You are fired. The door's right there.
You got
Don't let it hit
Nobody
you in your
needs to
ass.
know. Nobody needs to know what that actually where that came from. We'll just move right the fuck on over that.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And by promise is not sexual.
Definitely not.
No. So I've heard for so many years, Princess Leia in her slave outfit has been so many guys' wet dream, and so many guys' first sexual turn them into puberty and whatnot and all this shit. And
Even over Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct?
dude, well, here's my thing.
Nothing
Okay,
trumps
I
that.
saw.
Or
I
the
saw
original Rolling Stones issue with Britney Spears
No,
in it?
no, that's my thing. I saw Jedi in theaters at 8 years old.
Jedi came out in 83, right?
Yeah,
The year I was born.
so I wasn't going there with
Well,
her.
you were
to-
8. Your balls hadn't dropped yet.
But see, if
They're still working.
my
on it.
point is, if I saw someone do their thing at 8 years old, even when I go back and now I never stopped watching it. I watched it 10 times in my 8th year, my 9th. What I mean
Yeah,
is,
it's the second best movie of
couldn't-
the series.
I've never looked at Princess Leia as sexual. I mean, I love her. She's totally awesome. I fucking cried when Carrie Fisher died. But I'm tired of always people saying how sexual she was. I'm wondering if it's because of a person of my age. And I'll tell you, the first person who made me feel sexual thoughts was actually Madonna. Because I'm old enough to have watched MTV and see her rolling
Cone
around in white lingerie.
I think part of the appeal to Princess Leia is that you have to remember she was almost exclusively the only female character
Yeah.
in the one trilogy that arguably the majority of all human beings have seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And when
that's
you-
actually a very valid point. Because
Yeah,
if you
when
go
you-
anywhere on this planet,
Yeah.
there people may have not watched any of the movies,
But they
they
know
could
her.
tell
They know
you
who she
what
is.
the Force is. They could tell you about what a lightsaber is,
Mhm.
or a
Absolutely.
Jedi, or
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
So
they
really,
know some
it's not
element
even
of that.
about. I mean, no disrespect to her.
No.
But it's not even about Carrie Fisher. It could have been anyone, but you have
Yeah.
to. She's the only female in the original trilogy,
Mhm.
and she was a badass and a little saucy,
Yeah.
and she was.
And she
dating
was
the
gorgeous.
favorite Han Solo.
Yeah, and beautiful. But I just, I didn't.
Uh,
I think Carrie Fisher was a very beautiful woman, but I didn't feel
I'd fuck Wade before I'd have sex with Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher in like Blues Brothers,
I'd
Carrie
fuck me
Fisher
too.
in like
That's just 'cause
Empire.
it's me.
Nope,
I don't know, man.
not even close.
She's a type, but she has very beautiful features.
I would have sex with Hey You Guys from Goonies.
Wow.
Before, yeah, thank you.
You know he'd be a top, by the way.
So, okay, so
he would
you're-
rip your asshole wide open.
Baby
Or he could be a
Ruth.
power button.
Let me-
power
let-
bottom.
Let me go ahead and clear this up right now. Nobody's a top with me.
Have you established this one?
The
yet?
whole the whole
It's a
room
strict
just
rule. Every time I go to gay bars, I just wear a shirt that says, "Nope, you're not going to be a top."
you literally have a shirt that just says TOP.
Right.
Recognize,
And then with
bitch.
like an up arrow.
Yeah, an up
pointing-
arrow
And
pointing at
it's
your
way
face.
better than Brienne's fake ass Disney shirt.
Sick burn.
Don't worry, I got your back. Not a lot, but roll with it.
I'm gonna keep being the Disney princess I am and contain.
Yo,
the
some of them
comments I
Disney
have for you.
princesses got some fire, so if you want to let Infamous know what's going on,
I'm just saying,
Serious-
you think that just because you wear a shirt with font over your nice boobs, that it makes it accurate, but it doesn't.
I'm just saying, I saw it, I liked it, and I bought it.
No,
it was
it's a-
Disney associated.
It's dope as shit.
well,
but it-
okay,
it's missing a lamp.
this is gonna be another side. When there's words on shirts and it's a bosomy woman,
Yeah.
I feel really awkward reading the shirts.
Well, it was a unisex
I don't.
shirt.
I don't at all. They're
No,
there
because
for a
I'm just
reason.
like,
Let's face
I'll
it.
just because if anyone doesn't know, I'm just staring at her chest right now, trying to read the words. And if that normally happened, and say I didn't know what was on them,
But you,
I'd
like,
feel so
forget.
creepy because then I'd look up and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Can I help you?" You know?
Because like you forget it's boobs when you look at it.
oh no, there's no forgetting.
Yeah,
I just
no.
mean, you're not like
You're reading. You're thinking about what
yeah,
you're
you're not
reading.
Yes.
looking. You're not looking at her boobs.
Yes.
You're looking at the
I'm reading.
words on
Which
her
is in the
boobs.
boobal region.
Yeah.
Did you say booble?
Like for example, if he had like Disney characters on his cock, would you notice they were on his cock, or would
Yes.
you just notice
I
his
would-
Disney?
I would see the Disney
if my
characters.
penis were
Yeah.
a Disney
And
character,
then
I'd
you
have
go
to
in
say
your
it's
head,
goofy.
oh shit, that's a cock.
no. It would have to be Dumbo.
No, my
That was a compliment,
The
you
Disney
butthead.
character.
Dumbo is a horrible.
I'd say it's goofy
movie.
because he's funny
Yeah.
and he charms
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh, what about Peter Pan? What made the red man red?
He's Indian.
I am me
Alcohol.
personally. I have a really thick, hard, crunchy,
Cock.
not taken off the shelf yet beef with Peter Pan, the Disney movie, because I'm Jan Barry is a personal role model of mine. The fact that all the rights to Peter Pan are donated to a children's hospital in England. I've been in that park. I've sat on that bench. He's a huge role model to me because I'm a writer. That being said, what Disney did to Peter Pan is unforgivable. They just turned him into a fucking marketing machine and banked on Tinkerbell.
Yeah, so
Some slutty Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
It's Tink. I'm sorry.
There's
going to
be
Tink.
there's going to be a live action version. Hopefully, this will be the one film version of Peter Pan that doesn't suck.
I actually like the one they did with Jeremy Sumter.
You didn't like Hook?
I love Hook.
Right?
No, I love Hook.
That's
I don't care what anyone says.
Did
you?
of it.
Did
No,
you
I really
see,
like-
I think
Hook-
it came out like around 2005.
Was Hook Disney?
Yeah.
No,
wait, I don't know.
No, that's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying.
That's not Disney.
I think it was
They don't
Touchstone.
own the rights to Peter Pan.
I think it was
Mhm.
Touchstone,
Yeah.
which was at the time a subsidiary of Disney. I could be wrong.
I don't even
quote me.
think
I don't
Disney
think
owns the
it's-
right to The Little Mermaid.
No, because you're right. Little Mermaid is
Something in Grimm. Hans and...
I just blanked out on what it's called. When literature doesn't have an owner, common.
Oh,
Shoot.
We were about to say
it's the same-
community
yeah,
property.
No, it's the same as like classical music.
Yeah, it's
you can't own a license.
like, for
Yeah.
example, the movie
Shit.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, how they did
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Captain Nemo, and stuff. It's because those properties aren't owned by anyone.
They're classic literature.
Yeah, and I can't.
Mhm.
think
No,
of
I
the
know
word
what you.
for it.
Yeah, community prop. No,
Hey, you thinking ahead?
Whatever it is, that's what Peter Pan is. And part of that is that J.M. Barrie made it. Nobody can own the rights to Peter Pan. That was part of his arrangement because the proceeds go to the children's hospital.
Well, so let me ask the other huge nerd in the room: are you happy with the fact that Disney, constantly increasing their empire, having purchased Lucasfilm, having purchased Marvel, and now the output that we're getting from both of those being obviously increased and increase in quantity and quality, as the general populace would definitely agree with me. How do you feel about that? That we're going to get constant, awesome Marvel films. We're going to get a Star Wars movie every year. What do you think of that?
I think it's an amazing thing, and the one thing that I know a lot of fans. I'm not speaking for everyone, mind you, but a lot of fans are going to be really happy with the fact that we're going to stray away from the Skywalker storyline because this universe is so massive. And I forgot where it was. There's a diagram, you could probably find it online, that shows the extent of this Star Wars universe. And as this Skywalker main storyline is going on, what else is going on that the Rebel Alliance is fighting in order to push, or oust the Empire? Or ford off the First Order. What's going on with that? That's something that's always eaten me up. Since day one I started watching Star Wars, what else is going on? Because it's just like a war, it's just like combat.
Right.
There are very decisive battles that will decide the outcome of stuff, but those aren't the main efforts. They would have lost had the other ones not been fought at the same time, and I want to know this. I want to see that visualized and put up in front of a screen to where I can grab some popcorn, grab something to drink, and sit there and just have my mind blown. And I want it done well. And Disney's doing this amazing. You're going to have some naysayers. There's always people out there who are going to be like, well, this sucks or that sucks. And I'm like, those are the people who just want to complain.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of Rogue One?
So hold on, real quick. So a viewer on the live broadcast, they just let us know the word we were thinking of. Those properties are public domain.
Public.
Oh,
There we
yes,
go.
yes, yes.
Thank you, Scotty
Wow.
G, for reminding us.
Um,
Can I chime in on what you asked Wade? Because I would like to present a different perspective.
Go for it.
So I am for about 7 years now. I'm heavily, deeply invested into Disney. I treat Disney's stock as my savings account. So we more or less have our life savings invested in Disney. And when you look at them purchasing properties, and I know it's not part of the nerd aspect of it, but they also own ESPN and ABC. And somehow, some way, ESPN is the only property they own that loses money year over year. And really, that's more because people are cutting ties with cable. It's not because of anything Disney's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, Disney is really the only studio that can afford to house these properties because each one is worth $1 billion minimum. And they're also the only studio that would truly allow, let's say, for example, Wade is Pixar, you're Marvel, and Brienne is Star Wars. All right?
Lucky.
They're the only ones that go, okay, Brienne, you're Star Wars. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And no matter what she says back, they have extremely limited input back to her. So she's like, I'm going to make a movie about blah, 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 blah. Okay, great, go for it. And then you, Marvel, they're like, what do you want to do, Marvel? They're like, oh, we want to make a fucking universe that's going to last 20 years. What do you think about that? And Disney's like, do it. Go for it, bro.
Yeah.
And then they go over here to this guy. That's Pixar. And they're like, what do you want to do? And they're like, whatever the fuck we want because we get nominated for an Academy Award, everything we put out. And they're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So because they have the money
And
where...
when you bought us, you signed a contract telling us we could do whatever the fuck we
Exactly.
want as long as we exist.
And they're one of the few companies that would structure contracts like that. Not a lot of companies would be like, hey, wait, I would like to buy your product, but I will let you to continue to operate however the fuck you want.
Yeah.
A
Go for it.
lot of people don't realize this, but what Disney is doing is
They're
like
buying
you're saying,
IPs.
They're buying intellectual properties.
Exactly.
This is what they're doing, and they're letting them operate as their own. Of course, they're going to be, mommy and daddy are going to sit there and have a little control over certain aspects of it. But what they have that these companies don't is this insane distribution power that could get them around the world instantly.
There's not a kid on the planet that doesn't know at least 10 Disney characters.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum. No matter if you're in the most poverty-stricken area in
Yep.
this planet or if you're rich as fuck.
I mean, hell,
Everybody.
let's just put buy Marvel. Now we're going to put you as a ride in our park.
Right.
Right.
Buy Star Wars, we're making a land for you.
Right.
Pixar, your characters are going to be all over our park. We're going to charge $35 for a 6-inch figure.
You know what's funny that you mentioned the Marvel ride inside of Disneyland?
Well, California Adventure. I'm sorry for
Right.
someone who wants to crucify
And
me.
Tron at the Tron ride. What is that in? I
Cal-
think the Shanghai Disneyland.
Did you say Tron?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a Tron ride.
dude, and just off the
I think
record,
it's-
the Tron reboot
What'd
was
you say?
fucking fantastic.
Hey,
I think it is a Tron ride
Super
though,
underrated.
But that's not Marvel.
are you? Hey,
but it's
Wait.
something that they have in there.
you talking
in their
shit about
park.
Tron? On
No,
this
I'm just
fucking
saying it's not
podcast?
Marvel.
Don't talk shit about Tron on this podcast,
Dude, Tron Legacy was perfect.
dude. Tron.
Dude, I played Tron
Tron
online. Don't
Okay,
start
good.
with me.
All right. Hey,
Okay, but hold on,
hey,
so-
you know what? After the
Marvel.
after we're done, we're gonna kiss and make up because it's all about Tron.
But only on the butts.
I do need the disc.
You mentioned something
You're
about...
very persistent, Tron. I'm also better than you.
Oh, the Marvel ride.
Yes,
That's what I was
Guardians
talking
of the Galaxy.
Yeah, a funny side note on that is that my father has been in construction since he was 18 years old. He's
Mhm.
now a foreman
Wow.
for a company that he does really well. But he actually him and his team built the Tower of Terror.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he was a little butthurt when he found out they were...
Yeah.
You know that
Everyone,
I,
it was-
I could totally see because you put a lot of effort into that,
Yeah.
but that's just evolution on things like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're
It
really
was
not tearing it
bound-
down.
it was-
They're just changing
they're
it.
they're repackaging it.
Right, exactly right.
And I think honestly, it had a very good run. I enjoyed it myself. Every time I went there, I went on it. But I think this is a good move. It's a strong move for Disney, and they're not
And
tearing
they need
it down.
They need to bring more
They're not
Marvel
tearing
rides
it
into
down.
Disneyland.
If anyone remembers the ride, you're still going up in that elevator,
Right.
and you're still having a screen in front of you that's showing you everything.
Terrifying.
It is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Every time
But
I
part
would
of the-
get my picture taken on that ride, the look of sheer panic and terror on my face. I hate that drop.
I took Minnie Infamous on that ride, and she fucking handled it like a champ.
Wow.
And then laughed at
She
people
made
that
me
were
look like a
screaming.
bitch.
Yeah, she did. She
Well,
made
you know
everyone on the ride look like a bitch.
You know what? She's not 40. She doesn't have an understanding of her own mortality
She
yet.
made it by like
So-
literally a hair.
Yeah, she
And
doesn't
the
know
guy's
she's
like,
gonna.
yeah, I guess
Stuff
she could
some
go.
stuff,
Yeah.
some padding in her shoes. to
She
make
doesn't
sure
know
she
she's
can
going to
ride.
die. I
But the
do.
interesting thing about Marvel rides is that before Disney owned Marvel, they signed a contract. Marvel signed a contract with Universal for Universal in Orlando. So the contract actually states that Disney only Universal can build any Marvel themed parks or rides or attractions east of the Mississippi River.
Wow.
Which, when you think about it like that, it's kind of shocking that Disneyland on the West Coast hasn't had a more extremely progressive routes to bring Marvel into their parks since they can't bring it into Disney World. You'd think they'd make that a priority here.
Sure.
And here we are. They've owned Marvel since the second Iron Man movie, and they have yet to open a ride about Marvel in either park.
I
I can
think-
actually.
I was going to say, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they don't have a lot of room for expansion around
Yes.
them, so they really just
Yes.
have to work with what they have.
That's
And
true.
so many of those rides are so cherished. It's like they're going to be breaking hearts by
I guarantee
changing
you
them.
what they did was they had, a little powwow with the powers that be, and they decided we need to do this. But
what can we
whose
sacrifice?
childhood memories are we going to
Right.
crush by
Mhm.
getting rid of certain things
Mhm.
in our parks in order to do that?
But they could
Because-
blow up that whole part of California Adventure, like where the big animation building is, and
Yeah.
you don't have shit in front of it. It was
Mhm.
like, it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, then it was the Muppets, now it's a Beauty and the Beast trailer. That whole side where the
It's
Monsters
like an
Inc. ride,
interactive.
Yeah, we're like
the
Trotter.
animation studio.
Yeah,
But
all
the-
that.
Beast
is gonna be blown
Library.
up.
I think they want to keep that intact for putting out the shorts that they do or the shows and experiences because there's a lot of like science and thought put into this. It all comes down to numbers what they're looking
Absolutely.
at, and it's something that Disney, being an entertainment mogul that it is, won't necessarily say let's get rid of those because I love going in there for the Muppets, and I didn't want to go there for the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire,
Right.
but reality is they. It's a constant cycle of things, and it's easy to switch out.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that, but at the end of the day, California Adventure is the Disneyland park that suffers the most financially. So you think that they would make it a priority when they do have the space, like Brienne said, they don't have a lot of room. They have space there to blow up and at least put in 2 rides. Not a whole land for sure, but they could put in where Monsters Inc. is, and then that empty building next to it where they had the Tron arcade for a while. They're just sitting there empty.
You leave Monsters Inc. right alone. That's one of my favorites.
Oh,
I was
went
really
there.
offended when they took out
That's
the
a
Tron
horrible
arcade.
storybook
I
ride.
wasn't knocking it.
I know. I love you.
And
Kisses.
they actually have the arcade is still intact. The
Love
real
it.
one they filmed at.
So cool. Flynn's Arcade. We should do Tron. Whole topic, whole pod. Tron.
You're on your own on that one. Sorry.
Well, anyway, so it sounds like it's a kind of a unanimous vibe around the room and hopefully around the country and hopefully around the world that we as nerds and nerd adjacent and half nerds and full nerds love Disney for what they've done to our world. They've increased our world and they've hopefully made it a little brighter, a little
What
better.
they continue to do.
What they continue to do with there's something there for everybody, it seems.
One note I'd
That
like to
wasn't
make.
there before.
Is there something there? One note I'd like to make, because you haven't mentioned it,
I got that reference.
is that when Disney purchased LucasArts, not only did they get Star Wars, but they got Indiana Jones and Dark Crystal.
Mhm.
Which
Well,
are,
that's half cool.
Well, if you want to get technical into this, they're already making a move on Dark Crystal because they have a comic coming out for it.
there you go. And remember also, too, they own the Muppets
Mm-hmm.
as well, which wasn't mentioned.
The Muppets.
I'm
More
going
fun.
to give you useless trivial knowledge.
Bring it.
The company that did the animation for the Muppet Babies.
Oh
Is
my
it-
gosh, I loved that cartoon.
It is an
Muppet
anime company, so
Babies.
Muppet Babies falls under Japanese animation.
I can
Not
see
mad
it,
at it.
because Kermit's eyes had X's in them at Muppet Babies.
That's death, by the way.
That's some
That
Japanese
means it was a
animation
dead frog.
shit.
It was a dead
You
frog.
look at Lisanio stuff, like the Hello Kitty stuff, a lot of those characters have X's.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because they're dead.
Here's my anime impression. Ready, real quick?
Huh?
That's it.
I hate all anime outside of Vampire Hunter D.
Dragon Ball Z.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
You don't like it?
Oh, and of course,
What about Avatar: The Last Airbender?
nope, I hate it. But I forgot. Obviously, I love Pokemon, because if you don't love Pokemon, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Well, that's a whole other topic for another day about what a piece of shit Pokemon is. That being
No,
That being
'Cause
my
this
point
is
of
coming
view.
from the
I
same
actually never
guy
anime.
that doesn't want to watch Power Rangers, so no one gives a fuck
Nope.
about your
You don't
opinion.
watch Power Rangers?
Right?
that's a whole other
They're
topic
making
for
a
a whole
new
other
one.
day.
I know this show. You guys should take a Power Rangers field trip, but you're too
Nope.
fucking busy not wanting to see it.
You're all of a certain age that I am not.
We're all of an age where we appreciate cool shit.
You have to understand that when you're 17, 18 years old and Power Rangers first comes along, it will forever be
Bro, I
garbage in
saw
your mind.
Gem and the Holograms in the theater. Why?
That's
because
your problem.
you just admitted that on a podcast.
Yeah, I did.
So you never dressed up as a red Power Ranger for Halloween?
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Yeah.
Stop.
Green and white.
If you
all the
ever
way.
dressed up as anything other than the Green Ranger,
Yep.
the White Ranger
Yeah,
is
right.
acceptable.
That's right, baby.
But if you ever did anything other than the Green Ranger, you failed as a Ranger lover.
I thought
and
that-
I'm sorry.
Maybe
if you
it
hate me
was
for
my generation that
It
was
is, 'cause you
were
red
like-
Power Ranger.
The minute the Green
Her
Ranger
generation
pulled
is like Power Rangers Turbo and Power Rangers Dino bullshit.
Yeah.
the
Basically.
minute Tommy pulled out the Dragon
Yeah.
Dagger, you knew shit was about to get real.
You guys are just speaking Latin to me.
Bro,
If
you're
The
over-
Latin's
no,
English.
I will pay
No,
for
if
you to
you're-
watch that movie.
you're just
you
hangry.
couldn't pay me to watch. If you're over 40, Power Rangers can forever fuck itself.
no, bro.
You're just angry.
That's
And
like saying if you're
I
over
welcome-
40, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Ghostbusters can go fuck themselves, or Snoopy,
No.
or fucking Barbie, or Frank Miller's The Dark Knight.
How does that relate? Those are all good qualities.
They all came out around the same time, bro.
That's a whole. This is seriously,
Late 80s, early 90s.
early 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s, good quality.
Early 90s was like the
Come on, you guys.
revival of
Okay,
nostalgic
you want to?
pop
Okay,
nerd
we're
stuff.
supposed to wrap this up.
Yeah,
but
you have like 2 minutes left.
you want to get into? Okay, we'll
Give it to
tease
me.
this for
Give it
another.
to me
We'll
quick.
tease this for another podcast.
No, I want to hear it.
If you grow up in an era where the where Voltron is created, where you have multicolored and even multi-ethnic people combining robots to form a giant robot, and Transformers with the Constructicons and the Combiner Wars. If that comes around when you're a kid, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, and you see robots that are joining themselves to fight bigger robots, and then you see Power Rangers, it seemed like a really poor, pale comparison. It was, half of it was cut between the shit that was made in Japan for $5 a show, and the shit that was made in America for $2.50 a show.
Right.
You have to understand, when you're looking at it 17, 18 years old, you're like, wow, somebody took the good shit from my childhood, ass raped it, dumbed it down, cheaped it down, and then sold it to you guys. Now, hey, if it was cool for you guys at your age, fuck yeah, rock on, enjoy the movie, but it was never going to fly for me. It looked like shit. If it looks like shit and smells like shit, it's shit.
What if they made a Thundercats movie?
I'm going to
yeah,
chime in
there.
here
Thundercats,
jump into the defense of the Power Rangers. You're also at an age where you thought you knew better.
Exactly. It's all about
The problem with your
It's
generation
all about the age.
is that your generation, the 40 to 50-year-old generation that exists right now, they're all the people that grew up as like their teen years in the 80s. And those are the people that are making the executive studio decisions to regurgitate all the 80s bullshit into being current because they like that as kids. So what happens now? The next generation of
Absolutely.
CEOs in their
Absolutely.
late 30s, early 40s
Yeah.
are regurgitating shit from the 90s.
Right.
Because we're always going to stay true to what we liked as kids.
Exactly.
I love the
Recycles.
Voltron cars.
As an example, there's not a human being alive that doesn't like Legos.
I don't
Because
dislike
every
them.
fucking
I
kid
don't
in the world
dislike
played with Legos
Right.
and
The
Nerf
electric
guns,
ones.
Right.
Technics.
Well, anyway,
That's it.
All
So-
right, that's
I want to thank our guests. PSAC disappeared. He was on the couch chair.
There's
and
too much nerd
Yeah,
for
he
him.
just
he
couldn't
could
handle
not
it.
handle the casting
He's
couch.
like, I'm out.
PSAC, it doesn't have anything about him that's not cool, so he couldn't relate to us.
No, yeah, that's very true.
Uh,
PSAC is the Zach Morris of podcasting.
PSAC
world.
is Zach Morris,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank our guest Brianne. She was definitely just on point. Your
I hope
Disney
I
knowledge.
changed your mind about Beauty and
You
the
may
Beast.
have. I'm going to have to go home and watch it again with different eyes. So
Does that mean you're going to come with us on Tuesday?
no, not happening. I want a night alone to masturbate.
Are
to
you
the
going
Image
to
Comics
$5
Limited
Tuesdays?
Edition.
I'm going to $5 Tuesdays every Tuesday.
And guess who's going to be there to see you?
Yeah.
Maybe
You're left out.
no, I'm not.
You have a responsibility to this show when you covered that movie to go see it now for $5.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No, I'm going to find the Image Comics
Part of being
Swimsuit
on-
Edition online.
part of being in the press
Go
industry.
jerk
And I'm gonna-
off
I'm
while
gonna-
everyone's watching a
I
buffalo
am-
make love to a human.
You watch Beauty and the Beast. I'm going to beat my dick like it owes me money while you guys are watching Beauty and the Beast. So, infamous things.
Will you at least think about Belle when you do?
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa!
you know, I told you the
I'm gonna
epitome
think
of
about
Belle
the
is.
I'm gonna think about the buffalo.
I would think of Gaston.
Okay, LeFou.
Who's gay now?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Sure. Infamous, thank you so much. Our debut
course.
episode, you graced us with your podcast professionalism. I really appreciate it. Thank you
You guys
so
did a
much.
great job. I'm excited to see where you go.
All downhill, baby.
But I could definitely. I'll tell you this. I'll find the hole in the dark. We'll be good.
You're going to find a hole in the dark?
Find the hole in the dark.
I hope it's
We're gonna
wet.
score,
Okay. Wade,
junkie.
love you, man.
You're just hangry. Let's go get you some tacos. Let's get out of here.
Sounds like a good idea. Until next week, keep it real.
All I have are good ideas.
Excelsior, baby.